money, make money, then you take money, take money, take money.
Take money. What up, though?
What is up with you?
You know, looking at the chart, drawing my art, acting smart.
Yes. So this is a new thing that we're doing here, live streaming our couples in crypto. I'm gonna take a moment here and tweet out the link, see if we can get a couple more people in the back room in the chat room before we get going.
What's up? How's it going on your side of town?
I mean, I'm liking the house that you got set up over there. I'm trying to figure out why
You
my
know,
digs aren't as luxury as yours are.
the digs. It's all yours. What's mine is yours.
Oh, appreciate that. So what's been going on with you?
Everything. I know everybody been looking at Zen, really. That's what's been going on. It kind of was a kind of a letdown a little bit. Started out the site wouldn't even load, um so a little pent up anxiety. Everybody been waiting and making all these plans and strategy, and then the gas ran up so high that you couldn't even execute the strategy. So uh kind of just looking at Twitter and checking out how everybody else been taking that.
Yeah. So I watched a stream today. I think we all watched a stream today with Richard Hart, and he tried to burst my bubble, but he's not bursting any bubbles over here.
Oh, about the cruise.
Yeah, my DMs was getting lit up after he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like, F your cruise.
mm, Bro, not F the cruise. Come on, my guy.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad.
uh, it's gonna be
But
lit though,
it is going to be lit. And apparently, if we get 200 naked women on the cruise, then he's all in. But that's all right. We don't need it. We're gonna
Yeah,
have a great time anyway.
as Mexicans do.
Yes, he definitely said F your cruise.
Why so harsh though? No thank yous. A simple not interested
Yeah,
with
a
advice.
simple no would suffice. Yeah, you're right, Hexy Quinn. I feel like he does it on purpose. I mean, not to just be all sensitive about it, but I really feel like he be coming at me hard. It's cool though, because I don't do it for him. I do it for the community. And what's gonna happen is we're gonna have at least 200 Hexicans on this cruise. There will be at least 1,000 non-Hexicans on the cruise, but I guarantee we'll be louder than any of those other people,
Yeah.
right? At the end of that, what happens? You have at least 1,000 people asking by the end of the cruise, who the hell are those crazy Hexicans?
Yep. And it's you still got to live life. It's a lot of people that say, "Why are they wasting all that money doing all that?" And they could be
Yeah.
buying a deal, but who doesn't want to go on a cruise and see friends?
And
So
who's not vacationing anyway? Does it mean that because we're in a bear market, that means that you're supposed to stop living your life? You can't go on vacations, you can't party, you can't, meet up with your friends. I don't really think that
right. And it's a
that's
blessing that
pretty
you
much
can do it with Mexicans, people you actually like, and not be forced to have to do these family trips or these friend groups that you don't really want to spend your time and money on. So
exactly.
God
I
bless
get
you.
roped in the family trips and things that you don't even necessarily want to go to, right? So
Yep.
the opportunity to go and hang out with people that I enjoy their company with, I'm never gonna turn that down by any means. And you know, I, I'm pretty sure his tune is gonna change when he sees all these hot women sending
Mm,
him post chain hex bikini shots.
yeah, yeah. It'll be springtime by then.
Right. And the way he predicted, I think another takeaway that I did get from the Hexo stream was his prediction of the bear market. And that's something that, we've all been kind of looking at. And I like the way, because we've talked about this. Me and you have gone back and forth about like when did it actually start? What constitutes, a bear market? Is it like a year? Is it, when you see that quick wick down, and back up? And so he was coming from like the angle of like 365 days from the faux top, right? And if you look at it from there, we're only like 332 days since then. So we could be prime for, just another couple weeks of bear before we start going up. By April, people go people gonna be X
Yeah.
flexing.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think yeah, another thing that did is a lot of people, kind of assume that next year or first quarter, so that kind of brings some more, puts the end of this year back on the table.
yeah.
And like you said, by April, if post has been out for a couple months by then and everybody's kind of settled with their bags and they don't have to babysit the computer, uh people be more willing to get out and enjoy the fruits of their labor or waiting.
I'm waiting for Hexy Quinn to answer this question for me. She says, "You know what I'm going to say to him if I ever get the chance." I don't know, but I do know that you that you can give it to him. I know that. I know that you give everybody a hard time from time to time, so I am not mad at that. I'm interested to see what you would say to Richard Hart for sure.
Hexy Quinn, shouts out. Welcome back.
Yes. Got Ian J. Gold in the house. I know he's gonna meet us in San Diego for the Hex birthday. So I'm also excited about everything we got going on for Hex birthday because we in
Yes,
our hometown.
sunny Southern California.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it's already like a destination spot, during that time of year anyway. Um, but yeah, your birthday is like a holiday. You're just lucky for some reason, the Hex birthday right after your birthday. And yeah, who's to say we don't get the bottom end and then we're right around lunchtime around that time. So
Yeah,
uh
that would be amazing.
that would be exciting times.
But
But
even
yeah.
if not, somebody has made a very good point, and I can't remember who it was. It might have been K4K when he was streaming with Patrick the other day, and he was talking about how we've been onboarding. I know, especially me and the Crypto Sparkle guys, hardcore since last September. Right, that's when the tour started, and anybody we onboarded since then, pretty much through now, is probably down. Right. And so they're all kind of looking at you like, what you get me in, you were all excited and now it's here. But anybody that you get into Hex between now and when Post Chain launches, they're going to be looking at you like you're some kind of genius.
The
Like
savior.
this changed their life.
Right.
So now it's like we should be picking up those tour activities and those type of massive marketing events even more now while the price is down than we did for the last year. So that's kind of how I see this nightclub event. It's not to me about spending money. I'm giving away free tickets. There is generation, but it is about getting a lot of people out there wearing Hex merch, wearing Post Chain merch, having Hex all over the screens so that all these locals that come out to party on Friday nights anyway can have questions, can be like, what is this crypto that these people are so excited about?
Yeah, and at a time like this when nobody's excited about crypto, like everyone who was so excited about NFTs and even the Bitcoin maxis, like nobody's still screaming and promoting, but to still be even Mexicans now look like geniuses. Right now we still dominate all the other forks, and uh,
Yeah.
to still be saying no, crypto is it's real, it's still here. Yeah, it says a lot. To anybody who doesn't know anything, you look like we all look knowledgeable. The fact that you had to do so much research and education to even get into Hex and be a part of Post Chain, it's easy onboarding, because we're all pretty knowledgeable and looking to help. It's not even like a shilling thing. It's not like we're out there trying to make people pump our bags. We're literally trying to put people on a huge opportunity.
Yeah. And I mean, you've never been in a better opportunity than you are right now. Yeah, of course, you could say when Hex was 50 cents, you were in the best opportunity. But right now, if you have been in Hex for any length of time since before all these forks, then, whether or not you're putting new fiat into these new chains, you have it. Like that copy is there for you. And if we do see some serious price action in the upside, you're going to benefit from that. And I know a lot of people that I've onboarded, especially in our family, they have no idea what they hold right now. Like
Right.
literally just from holding HEX, right? As long as they have since before Big Payday, they have a copy of their HEX on ETH They have a copy of their HEX on ETH Fair. They have Hedron that's accumulating. They had a post Doge claim period that they could have or may have claimed on. They have weight token that they can claim still. What else am I missing? Like there's so many benefits in just
Yeah.
being in Hex that you don't even realize, that you have already in your bag.
And that might be the tip of the iceberg, because that's like the hugest onboard tactic that these new coins are using is onboarding that sacrifice set and T shareholders. So if you've been grandfathered in and it's still not too late, that fork, that snapshot, I just to be in this early, I think it's anybody's blessed to even be exposed to this right now. Because even say 2 years from now, when Hex is mooning, you say, "Oh, I got a little bit of that," and to be able to understand and still be able to, get in the system and be active, got to get on the Hex, man.
Yeah. So I know for a lot of our onboards, we're trying to do this stream now so that we can kind of go over the basics a little bit more, show them how they can access their hex on different chains, and just really try to, be a resource to them because we can't be everyone's custodian forever, right?
Yeah.
Love all my family members, love that I got them in hex when I did. But at some point, we need everyone to really understand what it looks like to start your own MetaMask, to maintain your own seed phrases, and to be able to claim and to transact on the blockchain. I know today was huge as far as being in DeFi crypto and understanding how important it is to understand how to set up wallets because of the free claim with Zen, right?
Yeah.
Did you do that at all?
Do you want to check it out? Let's see. I
Yeah.
um I put in a claim. I didn't want to not a claim, but I don't have any tokens, so I guess I don't. But the gas was crazy. $30 was like the low speed, and this was like right at lunch. It spiked up even higher than that. So I put in a transaction, and I guess I'll dox myself a little bit. But I just want to show the transaction did fail. So I guess I'll try to mint now. Yeah, failed transaction. So I just put average Gwei. That was the average, but I think because of the term length, that number changes. Once it got to 5,000 wallets, it spikes up. So I think the fact that my 100 days mint term was different, I think that forced the transaction to fail. So I guess we can try to do one now and see what the gas is like. They have a tab. We'll go to mint, and I guess they give you 340 days. Let's start minting. I'm not paying over the 5 now. They got a limit on this. So we're gonna see how much they're charging with the gas. It's not I think everyone who wanted to take advantage is kind of see we back down to reasonable prices. $5 for a transaction. Confirm it. Why not? We can do two. Not gonna speak. Maybe I should have did fast because we're on camera to make it active. But it's on the blockchain now, and that's huge for people to actually put their hands on it and just see how it works. It's one thing to have somebody say it's done and you can show them a staker out, but that's the magic of blockchain. You actually pushing the button and seeing the balances change and seeing that there was no middleman in that it was only you, and it's good on any website. The fact that you can open up that website on any computer and get to your balance and your thing. So I'm ranked number 70K. Okay. 156. I can deal with it. We're gonna claim in 300 a year. So yeah, that's how. So I guess that's what I'm gonna do. My plan was to mint every day for 100 days, um, for my first mint, but I might amp that up for once a day for a year, and once I get to that first claim, then start or adjust my staking strategy. But this is for the fun part of crypto. Who knows what this mint this Zen is going to be worth by then, and who's to say there's not going to be Zen on the market for cheap that I could get a staking strategy started. So we'll see.
So help me understand a little bit about this Zen because I have not stayed up to date on everything that's going on. And every time I get in a spaces to talk about it, it just seems like so many moving pieces, so much going on. Like outside of claim, I'm just not, really getting it. So, what are the different options that you have? Do you know all this?
Yeah, so it's claim and you can have an option to mint. Now I didn't really go through it. Um, it said 100 days automatically. I don't know if you can adjust that to stake for less. I think that maybe try from another wallet maybe, but that's the first game theory of it is, the claiming and when do you mint those tokens that you claim. Uh, Now when you mint, there's a stake function where you can actually stake those tokens, and there's a game as far as gaining interest on those. Now the tokens are free, so that's the thing is who's willing to mint as many tokens as possible. And I think a lot of people are kind of confused as, well, where's the value? They're free, and there are some people who have these bots and they're minting thousands of them. um, but I look at it more as just a onboarding tool for crypto. And I think in the long run it will have some value in the fact that it's so easy to get into, um, and it's free entry, that it will have some sort of value that will grow exponentially. And I think the real value is from the people who actually game the system and spend that energy and effort early. I think they will come out on top. And for everyone else, I think just kind of have some skin in the game. I wouldn't put too much, cash. Like you see on my gas, I put at $5, but normally I would set that way as low as possible and just hope it goes through. I'm not, that invested as far as what it can do, but I'm betting on Jack Levin at this point. I just think it'll be a product that'll be successful. A product from lunch is just a good bet, in my opinion.
Yeah. And you definitely have a least controversial figure in Jack Levin. And like we all have, our love for Richard Hart because of what he created. But it's not without say that he is controversial, right? He likes outrage marketing. There's some people that love him. Some people that love to hate him. You know what I mean? And we don't know how that necessarily feeds the ecosystem of Hex, right? Is that actually creating more buy-in, or is it just creating more attention, right? And
Yeah.
for some people, that attention, you know, there's so many negative people that just like to talk down on him and the project. And then because they talk about him so much, their audiences end up looking into it. And when you really look into it, you can't help but to, see its value. But at the same time, it could be argued that a figurehead, a founder that is approachable to most, right? May allow the system to grow that much faster, that much further, just because you're not constantly dealing with the negative externalities.
Yeah, and you don't want to bring someone to the product and then they're turned away, by what they find. Uh,
Yeah,
to me, it works as a positive. For one, it's an IQ test, so a lot of people who would, get in and take advantage and kind of be earlier than they deserve to be would be able to take advantage just from the fact that they don't get that game theory. So you have to actually look into the project. So I think it is good as a gatekeeping tactic. I think it's good for the fact that it shows that he is kind of decentralized from the actual product, that you are investing in Hex and not in Richard Hart, because
mhm,
when you remove him from the equation, there's nothing to keep you from. I mean, there's no negative about Hex really. It's
right.
the fact that you're late maybe be a negative, but um, I think when people put more, I think he's trying to keep people from putting so much, I say look at the founder and being able to point that finger, at one single person. I think he's now just wanting to get eyeballs on the product. Once they look into him and who he is, they'll look into what he created. I think if he, I don't know, all noise is good noise. Sometime I can see the same point on the other side is, you don't
Yeah.
want to turn away a potential customer, but to each his own.
So, what do you really think about? Because I see a lot of back and forth in the community as far as some people just being um, passionate about just supporting all Hex, right? Hex is Hex on this chain, this chain, this chain. So if you love Hex, you should just love it and support it and try to promote it on all chains. But then there are some other people that take much different, stance in that they like, with the price of Hex being so much lower on those other chains, it is more likely that a new onboard would want to acquire a bigger bag, right? And say, okay, well, I'm new. Let me go ahead and get some of this Hex on East Fair, on East PAL. But what you're not going to get if you go that direction is you're not going to get a copy on Post Chain of that Hex. And, those chains could literally just be a place where current Hexicans just go to dump.
Yeah.
Right? Right? Like people that already have bags, like I'm not putting any new money over there, but my copies are there. So every time, I just ended a state and immediately put it into a HSI through the Hedron. Hedron makes it so easy to access all those chains now. I'm like, why not play with it? But even I myself haven't put any new capital into these chains.
Yeah, it's one of those things where the market decides the value of the product. So there are some people who, like you said, there are small bags who want to play the hex game who just can't play it on ETH, so who they want to see have a big bag, the fact that we have hex, it's a product that works. You really don't need any other crypto. Like when I first got into crypto, or really Hex, the thing that made me transfer all my other crypto into Hex was the fact that it was the only thing that made sense. It's crypto that makes crypto without risk, and it was appreciating. And at the time now, to where Hex is kind of ahead of the market, is being on the up curve. So it always just makes sense to buy Hex. So he created something that works. So I can see someone saying, why would you deviate from that? There are some people in that mindset to where they want to see you buy their product, so their asset pumps. If you were buying my product, it would be going up. So there's that too. But it's crypto, and everybody has to have risk and reward. There's a time to buy, there's a time to sell, there's a time to hold. So I love the opportunity, and these other chains, as to where, yeah, now they may not have much value. It's good to watch the chart, and DCA is always the way in anything you're doing. And yeah, I don't see a reason to shun them, or not look at them at all, just because they aren't the original Hex. But like you said, if you are buying those other ones, you're not buying the current Hex on the real Hex, and that's going to be
Yeah.
copied. So you don't want to miss out on that.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't encourage anybody who's new into crypto to go straight into those new chains, because, like, how many ghost chains are there currently, right? There's plenty of
Yeah.
blockchains that have no real substance to them, no real users, and so for this to be like your first experience and just trying to capitalize on, how many zeros are behind the Hex, and possibly getting more T-shares, it just may not be worth it in the long run. I brought up my screen share just so that we could briefly show people, especially new users that are kind of just getting into crypto or have um, interest in claiming for Zen, but don't want to use their real wallet or want to do multiple claims. So just going to go through a couple quick steps. First things first, always go to metamask.io to download the extension. Once you have the
Please.
extension, say that again, babe.
Yes, please get the real one.
Yes.
Double check it.
Once you have the extension downloaded, you're going to see the little puzzle piece up in the corner. There'll be a couple of little questions for you to answer, as far as do you want to import your wallet or create a new wallet? Just for this little quick tutorial, I went ahead and created a new wallet. It's not connected. This one's not connected to a hardware wallet, so it is just a 10-word seed phrase, or 12-word seed phrase. Um, but what's cool about this, especially if you're going to be minting for Zen and you want to do it on multiple accounts, is that you can just literally just make the one seed phrase. You can come up here to the box, say create a new account. It already has it named. Press create. It's a little slow, I see. Oh, it's just this slow. We just gonna just not work at all, huh? All right. There we go. And as you can see, it's already a whole new address. And when you go back up, you can see here's account one, here's account two. And you can do that a lot of times. I was in spaces today when somebody literally said, uh, did you notice how when you got to like account 250, it started to slow down? And I was like, no,
Who's doing 200 watts?
I did not notice that. Babe, can you answer this question for Susie Q?
No, there's only one claim per wallet, so you have to make a new wallet to mint again. So yeah.
So it's not one claim per day, it's one claim per wallet. That's why people are making so many wallets. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why, you have this option. You don't have to keep creating seed phrases. You could literally keep pressing create a that gives you a new address, and then you can connect that wallet to the Zen website and then do a claim on there. But you're going to have to send ETH to each one of these wallets in order to be able to claim. And did your claim go through for the $5?
Let's check. Let's reload my page here. And I was going to ask you to see if you could bring it up. And could you see an option to stake for less than 340 days?
You want me to go to Zen with one of these wallets? Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. So my wallet says no, I don't have it. But yeah, it says my claim is in for 340. But I was trying to see, can you put in a different time? Like say, can you only mint for one day?
What is the website for Zen? Is it zen.io?
No, Zen Network. Zen.network, I believe. /mainnet.
This is probably not the best idea to type it in like that, but okay.
No, you swaggy. Yeah, it automatically gave me 340, but see if it'll let you do one. I think that's the max length.
All right, I'm gonna use account one. So you went to Mint. Term days. So you're saying, can we change it to any amount of days?
Yeah. I think 342 is just the longest you can do, but you can stake for as short as one, I guess.
I just tried to throw something crazy in there, but it didn't stop me.
No, like I said, on day one, it was at the first, it was 100 was the max days. But then after the first 5,000 wallets, then I think 183 was the max days, and it goes up exponentially. So
if I get this right, if I, let's say, mint Zen for term one day, then tomorrow I'll have it available, and that means that at that point I can stake it. But if I put 300 days, then I won't have the Zen in my wallet until the 300 days are up. But every day it's essentially gaining more Zen.
I'll have more Zen to come available
to be able to stake when it is time.
So yeah, there are some percentages people have been playing with as far as the benefit from staking and getting rewards, or waiting and getting those rewards, so it's a lot of big brain math going on.
Gotcha. And then can you claim on other networks as well? Do you know that? Like,
no
we
clue.
know that we can on ETH, and I heard that it was like interchangeable with like BNB, and then possibly with these other ETH networks as well.
Yeah, I didn't want to waste any ETH, so I just went to the links that I saw in trusted influencers, and haven't went too deep down the rabbit hole yet.
So look, you see how when you start a MetaMask, it basically sets you up with ETH mainnet. But MetaMask is compatible with a lot of them. Not only will it be with Pulse Chain, but with Binance Smart Chain, with Polygon, with the Ethereum Fair and the Ethereum PAL. Basically, all you have to do is Google search RPC settings, right? You can Google Ethereum Pal, RPC. I just happen to be on their Twitter right now, so that's why. So that's where I have this information. So I'm just gonna copy it in, show you how easy it is to add a network.
And this is literally all you have to do for post chain. It's people ask, what do I have to do? How do I get to the post side? Like literally, that's all you're doing is. And I'm sure that a lot of these sites they have these auto connects, and Post X has it to where it automatically switches the network for you. So yeah, it's not rocket science. Don't get turned away by a few extra steps. Oh Lord, what's she typing?
I gotta type it in because it doesn't have it in the copy, so I gotta do the dots and the
Hey,
myself.
I don't know. Might
Still
be a little rocket science involved.
not difficult, you know. I don't know why they don't. They know that you have to have that HTTP. I don't know why they don't have it already there for you, but it is okay. Oops.
Hey, where my sound effects at?
Are you gonna boo me?
do 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 do.
All right, there we go. Save, and we're
Boom.
in there.
We
Just
got
that
action.
easy. And you would do that for any other network you wanted to add. If it was BSC, Polygon, Ether, Pulse Chain, it's simple. Add network, a couple little copy and paste,
If you
and
had any ETH in your wallet at the time of the fork, you should have enough transactions for whatever you're trying to do. So don't worry about trying to find or buying ETH proof of work. Um, do your own
yeah.
research to our places to go and get it.
What's that? What'd you say?
The proof of work, if you had any ETH in your wallet, if you had hex stakes and you're looking at proof of work chain, if you had any ETH, you have enough proof of work ETH to do any transactions. They got copied. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I was just saying, to buy it. Where did I get mine from? FTX, I think. Um,
Mm.
I
And I
think
know the ETH Fair. I didn't have any ETH in one wallet, and they just gave me like 0.01 ETH Fair to be able to do, I guess, a couple transactions.
did
So
you have to go to a faucet or it was just in your wallet?
it was just there.
Nice.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
Noise.
Yeah.
All right.
So what else? What else we got going on that you're excited about in this new crypto space that we're in right now?
Real talk. I've been back on the post test net, but I've been on app.icosa and just kind of been going through the different chains, through the Hex, through the Hedron, and through the icosa tabs, staking and um, yeah, trying to see is it worth you can mint your Hedron and then stake it. So playing with the math and am I earning more by having it in that hex stake or am I going to make more? So it's a lot of game theory around it. Poly is around the corner to where you're going to have to stake Hedron. Um, so yeah, loving this ecosystem.
Yeah, I think Hedron or Icosa is probably my favorite front end now. Just because it's so easy, like to have access to all of them. You can
Yeah.
do traditional hex stakes if you want to. You can do HSI hex stakes if you want to. You can stake your Hedron. You can stake your Icosa. You can switch from Ethereum mainnet to Ethereum Pal to Ethereum Fair and do the exact same thing for all of them. So
Yeah.
I'm like
Now, I
big
wish it
shout
was
out to
compatible
Alex.
with the post testnet now, but you can see the tab once post chain comes out, it's going to be the same available with same settings. So, and it's going to be within moments because they were right on top of it when the proof of work launched. So,
Yeah,
yeah, so blessed to have these kind of people in this ecosystem or in Hex, to be able to, like say Hex.com was to go down, not to say that it would or might, but if it did happen, we got enough people to keep us moving.
yeah. I think the only other thing that I'm like really buzzing about right now, and I might as well just throw it back on the screen. Well, I don't even think it's gonna let me because I don't have BNB on this new wallet. It wants me to connect to something, so I might have to go back and do that first. But this BNB pod has me all
Oh
intrigued.
yeah. Not.
It has me just like, I don't know. I'm just so bullish on that project.
What they doing? What they doing? Want to look at the chart?
Yes.
I mean, she's not looking
Yeah,
too
I'm looking
bad to
at
these
chart
one.
speed. So where's the price at right now?
1080, 1085. Let me go back. It had spiked up to a good $17. Or was that 16?
Yeah. So they
Yeah.
rolled back when the games are gonna launch. I want to say it said like 10 days from now, where it was gonna be like just like 2 days from now. And so to me, that's opportunity because I really do believe that once these games launch, we're going to be looking at closer to $30 B&B pot. And the
Yeah.
reason why I do believe that is because that's like Richard always says, there's something that is when something is designed to do something, yeah, you can't really make promises on what it's going to do, but it's designed to do it. So there, there's probably a good chance that it can do it. And the
Yeah.
way that Jacob has designed this coin to where your BNB pot has a $30 value within the games, right? So even if, like right now, it's only valued at $10 on the market, if you were to buy one BNB pot and then take that to actually use it within the games, it would be worth $30, right? So you have $30 of power within the game. Well, how that makes sense is that people can bet with any currency within the game. So they're not just using BNB pot, they're also using USDC or HEX or whatever other coins they have in their wallet they can pretty much use to bet, in these games. So let's say somebody says, I got USDC, I'm going to bet that. They put up $30 worth, right, against your one BNB pot, which you only paid $10 for. It only makes sense for them to go and buy three BNB pots off the market before they come into the game to play with it. So that is bullish for price action as far as people buying it once the games launch. And then also just for you as somebody who's acquiring it now, you immediately have more value in your purchase.
Yeah, I just it's threefold for me. It's the $5 opening price and the fact that it's holding is $10. A lot of the people who bought at lunch, they're up. So I don't see any more dumpers coming in. It's had a nice correction.
Yeah.
Like you said, the $30 on site, like that's just a natural arbitrage that's coded in to, there's going to be someone, if not just the people who, I mean, no expectation of results, but why would it? If I held the mass supply of a product, then I would take advantage of that arbitrage before everyone else doesn't take advantage of it. So,
Yeah.
these
And so,
guys, the games aren't open yet, so it's hard for people to, see it without it being available. I think a lot with the hack that happened on that bridge on BNB had a lot to do with
yeah,
kind of
that's
the
what slowed
fear in the
Jacob down.
market, kind of so I think that scared a lot of people from buying, and like you said, the games aren't out yet, but it's
Mhm.
got the staking mechanism. Over half of the
Right.
supply is staked. People can,
62.5%, which
yeah,
is crazy to me. Like that is so number one, that speaks to the community, right? What type of community you have. Right now, from the start, you have a community of holders, right? If you staked it, there's no emergency in stake option in this system. You are in for at least 100 days. And 62% of the total supply said, I'm cool with being in for at least 100 days. That is, those are investors that hodl, right? those are not your gamblers that are just coming in to game the system. These are people that see long-term benefits in being, a tokenized holder of a casino. That's what you're
And
doing when you are receiving, some fees that the games are creating.
yeah, and I mean, it's not to say that you're um gambling or promoting it, but people are going to game. There's a market for it. That's what crypto was kind of started on, and
Hmm.
to be part of the casino, like, is where else can you have a chance to do that? To have that kind of ownership. It's what kind of crypto kind of does. Like in Hex, you're part of the Fed. Like, where else can you be the Fed, part of the money supply, and
Hmm.
taking home some of the rake from every game. That's just like a huge opportunity. And to those people who got those NFTs that are actually running the games, that's going to be a huge win, because you think of businesses and someone like a um, what's the poker site, Poker Stars, to think
Yeah,
of all that revenue that comes to them, like to have a table to where you get all the revenue from a game. uh yeah,
yeah.
bright skies. I see blue
I mean,
skies ahead.
and especially in our situation, how could we ever judge or be down on a platform for gaming when gaming is literally what brought us into crypto, right?
Yeah.
And I know me particularly, if I hadn't, have been on my DGen and wanting to play online poker when they were shutting sites down, trying to make it illegal, then I wouldn't be in crypto. But it was because the sites that were still operating only transacted in Bitcoin. That's how you got in. That's how you paid your tournament entry fees, and that's how you won. If you did win, and from winning and having a little bag of Bitcoin just sit in a Coinbase account during a bull run and matching like more of my poker winnings in one little rush up
When
in
you
a
match, you
month
won.
than I had made in months of playing. Yeah, that's gonna get your attention, right? I spent hours playing those poker tournaments, and it literally took like just set it and forget it for a bag of like 500 to go up to over 10K. So yeah, it definitely got our attention, 100%.
Yeah, and I mean, you literally have people who get kicked out of casinos from being able to call numbers, and they're to it. And, I don't know. Some people just like to gamble, and why not take advantage of that? Even if you didn't want to gamble 1 cent, staking the coin is
Yep.
profitable. And so, yeah, and there's more chains coming. It was built for Pulse. They didn't want to wait, so hats off to that. And you know,
So it looks like Zen is being traded on PancakeSwap. That's what I was saying about you being able to claim on multiple chains. I mean, he's saying if nobody is supposed to have any Zen, but a lot of people
that may
just
not be the
look
real
at
Zen. I don't
how
know.
many people have been claiming all day today, right? Since it opened. So likely, they're dumping.
Well, I
They're
mean, if it's
putting it on the
only
market.
if it launched today, how can someone mint if it hasn't been a day of them being staked?
Oh, that's true.
So
So
that's
you're
probably
saying
a
that
fake Zen.
it's a fake coin.
Yeah, and it's on Pancake Swap. That's
True.
Binance.
Yeah. Where
I wouldn't
that's
buy it
like
as Zen.
gambling
At
capital
least
of
for
the
24
world.
hours.
Yeah, that is. Oh, he says that it's the right contract address too.
Oh,
So that's interesting.
yeah, I got no clue. I would
Yeah.
yeah. Let's get Jack Levin on. Come tell us what's up.
Right. But so is that how that work? If you set your mint for one day, then the one day hasn't ticked over yet, so nobody should really have any yet.
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to claim any until you mint. So I perceive it to work.
Hmm. I wonder when does the day tick over?
Mm. Yeah, they
It
had a
might
timer
say
for
up
lunch,
like
but
a
they
little
didn't have an
clock.
actual, yeah.
Uh, Black Dot is asking how much is it trading for. I'm guessing he's asking about Zen. No, maybe
Let's
see
see.
if you
Let's
can find
see.
it on Dextrainer.
We looking for the Zen token. What's all the pairs we got? Yeah? Say word. I got one that's trading on Wrapped ETH for 5 cents to the moon.
Wow.
Uh,
Look at those
I don't know the contract
crypto.
address.
He's saying 1 cent the last he checked, 2.1 million traded. What is going on? I mean, you see all those sell buy orders, so
Yeah.
it's out there.
Okay. Okay. Say, man, they trying to get in on this end. You know, maybe easier than minting with the price, the gas where it was at. But I don't know. I would love some information to see somebody do a stream about the liquidity and where those coins are available. Maybe this should be that stream, but we just don't got the answers.
You guys posting the wrong one, he says.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you said that was the one that was paired with Wrapped ETH.
Yeah. The pancake swap is the right one, I guess. Let's see.
That is the one he mentioned. Yeah, that would be the pancake swap.
They're buying plenty of it. It's been dumped heavily.
And what's the price on that one?
Right at the 0.001.
0.001?
I mean, almost a penny.
Okay.
Almost a penny. It was over at a penny and a half. Sheesh. Yeah, it's something. These are thousands of dollars being thrown amidst. People trying to get in it.
Yeah, that's the BNB one. Yes, paired with Wrapped BNB. So, but look, trying to figure it out. We don't know, but nobody has one. I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Jack, where
Yeah.
you at, bro?
Where's the ETH go?
Let's get them on here. Let's send them the link right now. We need to know. We need answers.
Why haven't you guys been looking and doing research for the last 2 months? For the hours of content.
Yeah.
It was a lot, man. That was a lot.
Yeah, so I'd be interested to, see where we are tomorrow when technically, the first day should have clicked over. Oh, he's saying that he read Zen has been hacked.
Say word, son. Mine will come out for 300 days. Spend $5 for these ends.
I'm still Zenless.
In her place of Zen.
Oh, like I told you, I can't get my mind off the pot.
I heard you, man. Okay, we're mine off the HEX. Say, we on this Icosa daily.
I'm on that Icosa daily.
Trying to
That's
get it.
for sure. So
I don't want to dox too hard, but the Icosa too. That's a yield producing machine. Staking Hedron or staking Icosa. That's that might not be a bad play. It's around $1. It's kind of like $1, so it's getting yield on $1. It ain't a bad play.
you're saying buy more Icosa off the market.
Buy Icosa, stake it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Get you a few Hedrons and some Icosas. I think the date on Hedron is the November. Don't quote me on that. When the stakes come up for auction, is that coming up? So I have a nice run up until then.
I know coming up because that was a huge motivation in the poly that Dip Catcher and Go Key have coming out now. Is that something that you've looked into at all?
No, I kind of just follow the herd. Follow the herd and listen for the word.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he just it's such a big brain project. You just always know there's something else on the horizon. There's going to be another layer. So yeah, sure to be awesome. Those maxis and those desi contracts put away a bunch of hex.
Yeah. And I guess it's pulling the hedron to be able to bid on HSI stakes, right? Something like that.
Yeah, I think you could bid with heat. I don't. Yeah, I'm learning from you now. No clue.
Yeah, I know I normally come to
It's
you for all my information, but
crazy how that's flipped, right?
yeah, I've been on Twitter so much. There's so much information all the time flowing through Twitter that you can't help but to, read this information, read this post, and see what's going on.
Well,
Um,
not even. I'm talking like even Maximus when they first launched. To
oh
where
yeah,
you were doing the streams with Patrick, but having those discussions like off stream, like really diving deep. Like, it was you kind of in the beginning, coming to me as a source, but
yeah.
you finding these other sources that we both can go to and, bringing that information together, yeah, it's been working. It's the post pot. You're kind of a great FOMO meter because you don't just jump into every project, but the ones you like are
I'm
pretty
queen
good
of FOMO. So you
So
know what
yeah.
else I'm FOMOing into since we're on that subject. Who was it that posted? They asked you. Oh, I think it was Rags, because he's
Mm,
their last few days of their sacrifice period or donation period is what they're calling it. But he asked, how many coins do you have exposure to? And it was like one or two, three or four, 5 through 7, or 8 plus. And to me, that was a no-brainer. Even knowing that the majority of my portfolio is in HEX and that's the one that I promote the most, that I do the most for the community. um, you can't help but to be exposed to more coins in this ecosystem, because like, to me, they're all IQ tests, right? Like, if they all have, or not all of them, but a lot of them have different elements that something else doesn't have. Like, what really drew me to the Texans is the fact that it's paired with a nonprofit. That's something that I've always been passionate. I'm so passionate about it. I have my master's in nonprofit leadership, right? So how am I just going to ignore this project because it's not HEX? And then once you give it the opportunity to see what it is about, then you can't help but to have some type of interest, in what it is, if it has good tokenomics. And for me, um, a project that not only is the Texan token going to automatically onboard or include hexagons, right, by airdropping to anyone who has a hex stake, a pulse, or pulse hex sacrifice, it also has a built-in membership with this Texas nationalist movement. And these are
mm,
people that are probably not so much into crypto, but are philanthropists in that they give regularly to their nonprofit, right? So why not go to a membership that are already amped to give and say, hey, there's a different way of giving. You can essentially wrap your donation in this token, right? It's going to still benefit the organization that you want to benefit, but also could create financial freedom for you. I mean, it's like that's an automatic,
yeah.
right? So it's
I,
just a matter of getting that message out to that membership, which Rags, Crypto Heartbeat, Hex Ray Vision, they're out there on the road doing it. So why wouldn't I want, to support that and to get a piece of that energy, right? That's a community that is aimed for success.
yeah. I guess I should be more bullish as a Texan. They got the saying, I'm in it for the tech. There's some things that are just they're good projects, and you don't have to run in with the FOMO pants at every project
No.
and toss a ton of money thinking you're gonna hit a home run. But it's good to, not have your head in the sand, but at the same time, realize, something with product market fit that's gonna be here. And
Mhm.
yeah, some things are just no brainers. And
Yeah.
yeah, 7 or 8. If you just sacrifice for Pulse and Pulse X and you got the Hedron, like you said, you're already at 5 or 6 tokens. You know, and if you came from any other crypto, you know, a lesson I learned from Trayvon is never sell all your crypto. You know, even if you did dump out of a token, you should always keep a few, because 5-6 years from now, all of this stuff is going to be exponentially more valuable. So
Absolutely.
yeah, just collect them all, man. Got to catch them all.
Gotta catch them all. Oh, so yeah, that was pretty good, babe. You know, first live stream like this. We've never really just shot this shit on stream for the world to see how we DJ and talk about crypto.
Yeah, man. Not financial advice, of course. You might not win with this strategy.
No, but yeah, we just want to make crypto more accessible, you know, to everybody. We spend a good amount of our time teaching our family and friends, and even, you know, almost babysitting their portfolios for them, you know. And crypto really is about self custody. It is about having your own keys, understanding what you're doing, and making your own transactions with the blockchain. So if we have to come, you know, every few days and just remind you and show you with our screens how easy it is, you know, to set up your own MetaMask, to, you know, use these DEXs to make simple swaps, to stake and chill, right? Because that's what you'll see in the majority of the projects that I support, especially, is they have the ability to stake and chill. I'm not a trader. I'm not trying to be a trader. I don't want to get anyone wrecked, you know, by selling at the top, or, you know, missing the bottom and it going 90% lower after I, you know, made the purchase or whatever. That's not what it's about for me. It's about creating long-term financial freedom. And the way that happens is by just, you know, staking and chilling for me.
Yeah. And the strategy I love that I use for my kids is kind of I'm just trying to decorate their wallet, you know, and build things that are going to accumulate. And over time, I can't believe I saw Kyber Swap back in the mix. You know, that was one of the first tokens I ever bought when I first got into crypto. And to see it, you know, still having value. And that was one of the first tokens I bought my son, just because I like the logo and it had a K on it, but still, you know, just holding on to this and having the mindset of I'm not buying this for a quick flip, and I'm not itching to get back into USDC. You know, I'm really buying this because I believe in crypto. So definitely get your hands on your own wallet. Use testnet. Please get on Pulse testnet. You can find those login settings somewhere, but you don't want to feel lost like a deer in headlights at lunch. You know, you definitely want to have some idea, and, you know what the buttons do. It's free money. It's not real. You can lose it, have a bad transaction, and it's not gonna kill you. But if you do that on Pulse Chain, you're gonna hate yourself. So
yeah,
put your hands on it.
So yeah, that's basically all I have for you guys today. The last thing that I'm gonna say, I've shilled a lot of coins here today, or at least talked about them. I'm not telling you to buy any of this stuff. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. But if you want more, buy more. And that's
buy some more crypto.
Just
buy more crypto.
Buy more crypto. All right, guys. Until next time, we will see you.
Make money, then you take money.